Search Viking rune meanings, and you'll find a tidy chart. One symbol, one power. Wealth, protection, victory. Almost all of it is younger than your grandmother. The Vikings did carve runes, but not the way the internet sells them. Here's what's real, and what we added later. The chart you've seen, 24 runes with names like Fehu and Algiz, is the Elder Futhark. It's old, carved across northern Europe between roughly 150 and 800 AD. But that's before the Viking Age even begins. By the time the longships sailed, around 793, Scandinavians had cut their writing down to just 16 runes, the Younger Futhark. So the honest label is this: the Younger Futhark is the true Viking alphabet. The famous 24 rune chart is their grandparents. Most Viking rune jewelry today still uses the older elder names. That's fine, as long as you know which is which. So, what did Vikings actually do with runes? Mostly, they wrote. Names, ownership, memorials for the dead, raised in stone along a road. And those carvings were often painted, frequently red, so the words caught the eye. Some inscriptions did carry intent. The letters ALU appear on early amulets, meaning something like protection. But that's a world away from a bag of stones you draw from for a daily reading. Runes were a script first. The magic, where it existed, lived inside the words, not in a fortune-telling system. Do the runes have meanings? The closest honest answer comes from the rune poems, medieval verses that gave each rune a name and an image. Fehu means cattle, movable wealth. All three poems agree: wealth and the quarrels it brings. Rideho means riding, a journey, the road. Tiwaz is named for the god Tyr, the one-handed god of law and war. Warriors did carve his name for victory. Ansus means a god, though the Norwegian poem reads it as the mouth of a river. These are real associations, but notice, they're names and images, not neat one-word horoscopes. So where did "each rune is a spiritual meaning you can read" come from? The thread starts thin. The Roman writer Tacitus, around the year 98, describes Germanic people cutting marks into wood, scattering the pieces, and reading three. But he never says those marks were runes. We don't actually know what they were. The system you know today, draw a rune, look up its meaning, reverse it for the opposite, is modern. It was popularized in 1982 in a book by Ralph Blum. And Blum admitted his meanings leaned on the Chinese I Ching, not Norse sources. The reversed Merkstave readings, no historical basis at all. None of that makes it worthless. It just makes it modern. A new tradition, wearing an old coat. Take the most popular one, Algiz, the protection rune. Antlers reaching up. Here's the honest version. We're not even certain of its name. Scholars split between two roots, one meaning elk, the other protection. The reconstruction isn't settled. And there's no solid evidence a Viking warrior wore an Algiz charm before battle. That image is ours, not theirs. Algiz is a perfect case study. A real rune, a genuine mystery, and a meaning we finished writing in the last century. So, should you wear runes? Absolutely. And here's how to do it with a straight face. Wear them as heritage, a link to a real writing system that outlasted the people who cut it. Wear them for the image in the rune poem, Fehu's cattle wealth, Rideho's open road, meanings that actually have roots. And wear the meaning you assign it yourself. That's not cheating. That's exactly how symbols have always worked. Want the most authentic piece? Look for the 16-rune Younger Futhark, the alphabet the Vikings actually carved. Just don't let anyone sell you a 1,000-year-old horoscope. The runes are better than that. They're real. The full written guide, every rune, the real history, and how to wear them is linked below. Wear the story, not the myth.